Ah, excited to be here. So I'm Fred Simon, co-founder of JFrog, and today I'm going to talk as a proud software developer. I started actually coding when I was only 10 years old, and I keep doing it. Even today at JFrog, I still love coding. And I founded my first startup in '98, and what drove my partner at JFrog and myself is really to create software that helps other software developers. I saw so many suffering around us about how hard it is to create software. We decided to write software to create better tools for our fellow developers. And as developer, one thing we love is to create high-quality software and to put it in the hand of our end users and our customers. Once it's shipped, once it's deployed, and people can use it, this is the best time for a developer. And I like to start most of the time with a joke. So I don't know if you noticed, but I'm French. The joke is, what are the 3 secrets of the good French cuisine? I don't know if some of you know. It's a joke that goes between the French chef. But the 3 main secrets of French cuisine is butter, butter, and butter. And it's actually the same for software development lifecycle and how to create your DevOps pipeline. How do you write a piece of code and deploy it to your end user and your end customer? There are 3 secrets to do that correctly and efficiently: automate, automate, and automate. And when I say that software and software developer, I'm talking about the people that cares about the software that goes all the way to the end. So the new kind of software developer, which we call DevOps, the one that takes their code all the way to the operation and to the final runtime. And the thing that we love and that we love to do as software developer is to use machines to actually do this job. And so I want to talk today about a fear, not a fear of dragon, but a very basic human fear, which is the fear of software updates. And even for us, software developer, we have huge fear of software updates. We have fear of updating the library we depend on. We have fear of updating the platform we work on, even the operating system. And so it takes us time to update our dependency and to create an environment so that we have an application that we can trust and delivers. And for some reason, during this process, we decided to give this reason to update to our end user and our end customers. And today, what do we have? We have basically the entire planet, every human being out there that is afraid of software updates. And they get this message on their phone, they get their message on their laptop: do you want to upgrade to the version 2.3.4 of this brand new app that you created? And they have absolutely no way to take a wise decision. They have no information about where this update came from, what it's going to do. And basically, we put the burden of software update on our end users. And I'm really sorry for it. As a software developer, I did it. I pushed the button, and I was really proud to ask all my users, do you want to update? And basically, there are some people that say, can we go back? Can we go back to a time where there was no software update? And here, before I answer this question, it's important to remember Mark Anderson, 10 years ago, he said software will eat the world. Already today, actually less than 10 years, software already ate the world. Our life depends on software. Software needs to run for us to get water, energy, electricity, transportation, food. Everything, all our life is depending on good, high-quality software to get to us and to run our life. So, as a software developer, I hope everyone that writes code, you feel the huge responsibility. We have a huge responsibility to write the software that runs the world today. And the only way to take this responsibility on and deliver it to the world is to do software update. We are not genius. We write software with problems, but most of the time we need to make our software adapt to the environment and deliver it. And when you look back, we made huge progress. We used to have to take our phone and go to a shop and have a technician update the software on our phone. It was actually a dangerous process. A lot of time it was failing, and he had to send the phone to somewhere else, and you lose your phone for 2 full days. So software update was very painful for your phone. And then Apple came with the iPod, and you had this chance of actually downloading the next version on your laptop, and then connecting your iPod to your computer and update like that. So it was already better. And finally, we got over-the-air update. And when you think about over-the-air update, and especially the application on your phone, it used to be painful. Every application and every application update, they used to ask you, do you want to update? Do you want to update? Today, most of the time, you click, please keep all my application up to date. And at night, when you're sleeping, the updates are coming in and your phone is updated. We did huge progress. It works 99.99% of the time. I have experience also with smart TV. I have a lot of smart TV at home, and every time I wanted to watch something, I sit down with my kids, do you want to update? Really perfect timing. And today, on all the same smart TV, they push an update that allow me to set a time at 2 a.m. and the TV is updated all the time. I don't have this problem anymore. Or cars. The cars revolution. So Tesla is pushing forward. But today, all the other car manufacturer and big car maker, they are suffering. They have to recall the cars for updating the software. It's a huge cost and a huge waste of energy and time when they can do software updates over the air. So our updates and our software updates is way better, but we still have to make progress, and there is some famous problem. And I want now to talk about a thought experiment that will help me answer the question. Do we really need software update? So the thought experiment, let's say that you created the perfect developer team. A team of software genius that can create a piece of software that has no bugs and answer perfectly the customer requirements and your end user needs. Are software update a necessary evil because we cannot create the perfect software? Is it an utopia? Or, like I think it is, it's actually a dystopia. As soon as you release this software to the world, as soon as your users are interacting with this software, you already change the environment. They already want something different. They will ask for more. They will ask for something that is not in the version that you released. It's not only about bug. It's really about the world is changing. The environment is changing. And we need to embrace software update. We need to say that software updates are part of software development. As soon as you write a line of code, you need to think that this line of code needs to be updated. And I have to say, every time I say, oh, this software, I'm going to make 2-3 versions, I'm going to put it out there, I will not need to update it that much. And I didn't set in place processes and tools to make automatic software updates, I always regretted it. And every time I spend some time and energy to automate my software updates, even if it sounds stupid at the beginning, you always get and benefit from it. We need to embrace software update. And one thing about this fear and this fear of software update is that actually we have nothing to fear but fear itself. The problem of software update is a software problem. Software need to update the software. And like I used to joke at JFrog a lot with the developer and with the architect when I'm joking, I just said, it's software. You can do whatever you want. And this is what's amazing about software. You can really do whatever you want. It's the realm of possibility when you write software is just gigantic. And so this is what we do, and this is what we spend most of our energy at JFrog, is to create all the tools that enable the software developer automate their update, automate their DevOps pipeline, and automate their workflow. We started with Artifactory for managing your binaries and your binary codes, all your dependencies, and all the software that you made. And then we acquired Vdoo to scan all your binaries, get inside it, and verify that you have a robust piece of code that cannot be attacked. And we acquired Upswift that do over-the-air update all the way to end devices and embedded devices and do fleet management. So all those tools that you don't have to write because they are kind of generic, we spend all our time and energy and love into those so that you can do your software update and that you can automate and continuously do this. This is what we call at JFrog the liquid software vision. Software is not made of packages anymore. Software is a liquid. As soon as you create it, as soon as it's deployable on a piece of device, on a piece of hardware, in a Kubernetes cluster, it needs to be connected to the source. It needs to be connected to the code that went into this. And you need to think about software development and software update as pipes, as liquid that goes all the way. We wrote a book 3 years ago about it, where we put this vision of liquid software. And I'm really happy. Inside, I put a story about, in the future, we will see our planes, the Airbus and all our planes, being updated while in the air. All the software that is running inside an airplane will be updated while in the air. It was a horrendous claim 3 years ago. And I'm really happy to say that the Air Force just did some tests for jet fighter and jet airplane where they updated the software when flying. And one of the main push and the main reason for this to exist was security. If you can imagine a world where someone has access to the software of all our planes, our flying planes, and can actually take control of the plane remotely, and you know that the developer worked and they have a software update that can be pushed to fix this issue, you will want the thousands of airplanes that are currently in the air to be updated, not to be at risk when they go and land. So security is a huge push for us to automate and be way more forward-thinking in terms of updating our software. And the thing about software is that software make hardware smarter. I mean, it's kind of totally joke, but there is a lot of hardware that we interact with that is actually getting better and better because of software. And it's getting better and better because of software updates. So I take again the example of the Tesla, but if you buy a Tesla 6 months ago or a year ago, the Tesla you have today in the garage is not the same one. It's actually more performant. It has better capability just because of the software update. It's the same high quality hardware, but the software made the machine better and more adapted to the end user and actually more performant. And so camera, cell phone camera, they got better and better because of software. Radar sensors, healthcare. And in the healthcare industry, I don't know if some of you know about this, but the dialysis machine in the UK, they were running a very old version of Windows NT. And they got attacked by ransomware. And for many days, all the people with renal dysfunction in the UK had really big issues. They could not get dialysis anymore because medical devices and updating medical devices is something that people are afraid of. We are afraid of for maybe good reason, but we need to work hard to automate this process, to secure the process, and to make sure that new version and that those dialysis machines will have been up to date and not sensitive to this kind of hacking. Manufacturing, factory, and all this kind of environment needs also software update to be more efficient and more productive. And of course, the space and the space industry, you saw that we managed to update a robot on Mars and even an helicopter on Mars that get a software update. I think we can all automate our Kubernetes cluster software update. And so I want to end with a quote from Einstein that says, computers are incredibly fast, secure, and stupid, and humans are incredibly slow, inaccurate, and brilliant. And when you bring them together you have something that is powerful beyond imagination. And I think this loop between the software that we interact with as human beings and this update of the software that makes it better is exactly that. We are increasing our capability and we are increasing the capability of the world by having the software update answer our needs and answer the problem of our world today. There is a lot of talk today about how to solve climate change with software. I really believe that this is also the way to move forward. And so, like I said at the beginning, remember that the only way to have a platform or to have a system where software updates are automated, that you can trust them, and that you can push a button of the release and then go to bed, relax, is to automate, automate, and automate. May the frog be with you. Thank you.